Hi guys, I'm going to show you some research tips here. If you're trying to do a safe search and get reliable information that you know is reliable, let's go ahead and look at what is available here in Forsyth County Schools. If you go into your Classlink, you will see a folder titled Media and Research Tools. If you click on that, it's going to give you several sites that should be very reliable. They're not necessarily going to have everything that you're going to need, but they'll give you a good start and help you figure out what kind of words are good to search for. So if you go into World Almanac for Kids, for example, you go ahead and click in it. It'll open it up, and then we can type in our search here at the top. So if we type in the word slavery, this is the beginning of our search, and we're looking for slavery. It's going to pull up anything that has the word slavery in it. Now you'll see all these different things, and it will give you ideas of how to narrow down your topic. You might think, oh, I want to do slavery, but not know where you want to go with it. Maybe you want to learn more about Dred Scott. You didn't even know about him before. Or maybe you want to learn more about colonization and imperialism and how slavery came to America in the 1600s and 1700s. Or maybe you want to learn about Nat Turner and his slave rebellion. Whatever it is, those may be things that you didn't know about before, and as you're starting your research, it'll help you narrow down your topic a little bit. Another thing that you can do, if you go in, for example, let's say you type in history of slavery. And when it pops up, you will see the first one here that pops up is slavery and politics. Cool. It has history and slavery all over in it. So that was our top search result. Unfortunately, our search result it's pulling up everything then that has history. History. And so it's kind of narrowing it down, whereas when we just did the general search for slavery, it helped us get into specific articles. The more specific we can be, the better off we're going to be. So slavery was actually a better search to get us in, and then we could search for, let's say we wanted to do from the previous one, if we wanted to do slavery and we wanted to look about Nat Turner, and then we go over here and we say, oh yeah, here's Dred Scott, reinforces slavery. Let's look at him. So then we go ahead and search specifically for Dred Scott. Now we're going to get all these different things that where he pops up. There's a case at the Supreme Court that had to do with him. He's involved with some of these presidents, some famous people. The further down you go, the less connected it's going to be. These top ones are going to be your top results for him. Alright, for this next part, we're actually going to switch over to Galileo for Kids, which was the other one. And we're going to go ahead and search in here, and we can go ahead and take a look, and we'll type up slavery in here as well. And when we go in, it's going to pull up all these different things about slavery. Now, some of these are going to be pretty kid-friendly, some of them are not. And you're going to have to sift through, and it'll tell you kind of what they are. When you look at it, this is an encyclopedia. Okay, it's going to give you information. Encyclopedia is something that's going to just give you information. Very reliable source. This one here is an ebook. Slavery, and it's going to tell you a little bit about it. This might be more of a kid's book. It's a juvenile nonfiction. If you want an easier reading level, that might be your case. We're going to go ahead and go into one of these articles. Now, this is not necessarily your kid-friendly thing. You don't necessarily want to read this whole article. So what you're going to do is you're going to search for certain things within it. So if you hit Control and F, you'll pop up a little box up here in the corner. Once you've done that, you can search within the article for something specific. So you might say, I want to put it in quotation. Oh, it's not working. Alright. It won't let me put the quotation marks. We'll talk about that in a different video. We type in slavery, and it's going to pop up everywhere in here that has slavery. Now, that pretty much is everywhere because the article's about it. But if I want to look specifically for Harriet Beecher Stowe, I can look and see if it pops up. She's not in this article. This one's not going to be helpful for Harriet Beecher Stowe, and I don't need to read the whole article to find that out. I know that they don't talk about Harriet Beecher Stowe here. If I type in slavery in America, again, there's nothing in there that's going to pop up. I could search for a country. I could look for America. Now, if you look at this whole thing, you can see really quickly which ones are talking about America. You have a little bit up here, I can skip over some of this stuff. It's the fall of the Roman Empire. I'm not interested in that. We go here to modern slavery, and it's going to talk about stuff in America. Skip over some of this stuff in Great Britain, and then we get down here, and it starts in this section here. It's talking about the United States, and as we get down here, it's going to start talking about America again. It helps me narrow down it so I don't have to read the whole thing.